What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so look, tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and there is probably a better than 50% chance that this will be the last game of the 2019-20 NBA season. Now, Miami might be able to win this game tonight, but they'll probably just be delaying the inevitable, which is the Lakers winning their 17th championship, which would tie the Boston Celtics for most championships for one franchise. And this, of course, would be AD's first championship, Frank Vogel's first championship as a head coach, and, of course, LeBron James' fourth championship. And also, especially if he has a strong performance tonight, which I'm pretty sure that he's going for a strong performance, it would be LeBron James's likely third Finals MVP on a different team. He won the Finals MVP with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, and he won Finals MVP with the Miami Heat, I think back in 2012 and 2013, I believe. So, I ask this. If the Lakers do win a championship, and if LeBron James has a strong performance, let's say he has a 30-point triple-double, something to that effect, where would you rank LeBron James historically? It's getting to a point now. Look, you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of LeBron James to the point where I was before, okay? There are certain things that I despise with the media. But I think that you have to be objective, okay? You have to be real. I mean, you have to be objective. You got to look at what he did and what he's accomplished. Now, coming into this season, I had LeBron James just outside of my top 10. I had him number 11, okay? Right now, he's in my top 10. And if he wins a championship, I got to be honest, he has to go a little higher. He has to go a little bit higher. I don't know exactly where, but he inches up higher. I mean, there's no way, in my opinion, that you have to rank a guy who is closing in on 35,000 points, 4 league MVPs, all right, 1 scoring title, an assist title, 3 Finals MVPs most likely, 15-time All-NBA player, first team, multiple-time All-Star, going strong heading into his 18th season. I mean, you have to rank him high, man. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's getting kind of hard not to argue top 5 for LeBron. Because, look, I've already decided to put him ahead of Larry Bird. So that means that, in my opinion, he has to kind of leapfrog some guys. And if he wins the championship, I have to put him in top 5, man, at least top 5. Maybe a little higher than that. So at the end of the day, man, you know, I'm gonna have to do some tweaking with my list, man. My top 10, like, you know, I know a lot of people like to talk about the rule changes, and you know they penalize LeBron for that, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, these same rule changes have elevated some of these other guys who are putting up these numbers, you know, and these guys are not winning. These guys aren't getting it done in the playoffs. They're the ones choking to Denver and, you know, don't seem to be able to elevate the players around them. All right, look, you can make arguments about the bubble and how it's not the same situation as in the past, and this is an asterisk by this championship. But look, Tim Duncan has an asterisk by one of his titles. So does David Robinson. So I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think that you have to put LeBron James up there with the top guys. You know what I'm saying? With the Michael Jordans, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Wilt Chamberlains, the Kobe Bryants, Magic. You got to put him up there in that hierarchy. And he's not done yet. So I saw Mark Jackson say something that even if you don't think LeBron is the greatest actual basketball player, he said that at the end of the day, LeBron's going to have the greatest career of any NBA player. And at the end of the day, that is an actual, real, credible statement. Look, Tom Brady, to me, is not the greatest quarterback of all time. I think that's probably Joe Montana. But Tom Brady may have had the greatest career. And you guys know I'm a rabid Tom Brady hater. I will admit to being a Tom Brady hater. I can't stand him. But he has had probably the greatest career of any quarterback. LeBron may, when everything's said and done, have the greatest career of all time. He's probably going to finish with over 30. Probably he might finish as the number one all-time scorer or close to it. He's going to have over 10,000 rebounds. He's going to have over 10,000 assists, which is something no other player is going to come close to. He's probably going to have over 2,000 steals. He's going to have over 2,000 three-pointers made. He's going to have a lot of longevity stats in addition to the fact that he's been so prolific. So his numbers are going to be through the roof. In fact, there's actually a possibility if he plays as long as he claims he wants to play, which is until his son gets into the league, which probably is going to happen because he's LeBron James, he may get to 40,000 points. And at that point, I mean, look, you got to be realistic. And this is coming from a Jordan fan, a Bulls fan. You got to be realistic. And, I can recognize a player who's great even if I don't like him. Particularly. The media gets on my nerves, and I will refute certain things that they do because, look, I can acknowledge a player is great without having to prop him down to big up another guy. I don't have to do that. When I talk about Jordan, I never talk about the 6 championships. Only when, the argument goes to championships, but I never go 6-0. I talk about his career. I talk about what he's accomplished. I talk about his game. I never talk about his rings. Rings to me are just icing on the cake. But with LeBron, it's not even about the rings. It's not even about the finals record. It's about what he's done, his longevity. This guy came into the NBA months after Jordan retired. Michael Jordan is now 57 years old. And LeBron is still playing close to prime basketball. And it's true that he doesn't really have a jump shot. Not a consistent one. And he has a lot of holes in his game, that the media don't like to talk about. And he's not the lockdown defender that many people claim that he is. He's not. There have been a lot more skilled actual players. But dominance is the category that LeBron James goes into. That's why I always liken him with Wilt. With the exception being that LeBron has been a little bit more lucky when it comes to injuries. Wilt had that major injury in 69, I think 1969. And also, he didn't have to go against a tremendous juggernaut every damn year like the Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of similarities. He had the Warriors, of course, but they weren't quite the same thing. But yeah, his dominance is going to be his legacy, his dominance, and his longevity. So at the end of the day, look, I'm going to say this, and I've been saying this for a couple of years now. This is probably LeBron James' last hurrah, all right? Kevin Durant is coming back next year. The Warriors will be back next year. A lot of these younger teams are rising. LeBron is great, but he is still 35 years old, going on 36. And Father Time is undefeated. So this is LeBron James' last hurrah for the most part. Because I'm telling you now, the next couple of years are probably going to belong to either Zion or Luka. And my bet is, based upon how the NBA is, based upon politics, based upon how the game is played now, I'm probably sure Luka is going to be the face of the NBA. They're going to be pushing Luka, and you're going to be hating Luka. And you're going to be longing for the days that LeBron was the face. And now, all of a sudden, you guys that hate LeBron, you're going to hate Luka. And I already know it's coming. I know it's coming. So I'm prepared for it. You saw a little snippet of it in the playoffs. How everybody in the media was rooting for Luka over the Clippers. The Clippers were these big, bad, black bullies, these thugs, these miscreants, picking on Luka. And Luka was this white knight in shining armor. So get used to that, because you're going to see that a lot more over the next couple of years. So, but that's all I got to say. Tell me you guys rank LeBron James if he wins a fourth championship tonight, or a fourth championship anywhere.